So how to this day do we continue to make this work? Because we have 9 children now.
We do.
A surprise baby who is younger than my grandchildren. We
Yeah.
have 9 children now. So how are we still managing this? Well, I say by the grace of God, because half the time I don't even know how I'm doing it.
That facts. I mean, you know what? There's no secret sauce
Yeah.
for us. I mean, we don't have it figured out, but we're committed to trying to figure it out. We're committed to excellence every day. We're committed to when we have a life learning lesson, because we don't have failures, right?
Yeah.
But we have learning lessons. Well, so when we have that lesson, we talk about it, we talk it through, and we figure out, all right, if we could press rewind, what would we do differently?
Yeah.
And I think for us, it's always coming back to continual learning, continual reflecting, and just conversation of what works, what doesn't, so that we can make those adjustments moving forward.
Yeah. Now, I think the ladies going to know how you actually manage it, Tanora, as the wife. Some of the things I would honestly say it really is by the grace of God, but some of the things that I would say is you do have to have structure. So I have a certain time that I know I need to be back home so I can put dinner on the table for the family, so there are certain days that I say that I will work and certain days where I say I won't work unless we're going out of town for business or, I have some meetings or things like that. So Reggie will carry a lot of that weight sometimes. And so those are those seasons where, in marriage, you give 100 and 100. I don't believe in 50-50. You give 100 and 100, but some days I might only be able to carry like 40%. He's carrying that 60 and vice versa. Also too, for the past 9 years, I've had to bring my baby to the office. Like my older ones as I homeschool, they could stay home and then I can run back and teach them or do whatever. And then even just during the seasons, like I was mentioning seasons earlier, as a mother and as a wife, me working in the business, sometimes I do have to go off seasons. There are seasons where my children have to go to a tutorial because business and work is so busy, I need some help. Like even recently, about 3 years ago, we put our younger ones in private school because I felt like I could not give them all of that attention as far as their education that I did with, all the other 7 children or 6 children, however many it is. And so for me, I've had to learn seasons and being okay with each season changing. So I've learned to put things down, pick things up when they need to be, so that I could still stay on schedule and make sure that I'm maintaining my home first. Because for me, my children, my husband, and my home to me is my ministry. Work is going to be his ministry, of course, home, but like God gave man work. That's in them to work. So I have to let Reggie be who he is. But we do have expectations.
We do, and
I expect you to not be home 10 o'clock at night.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a good look.
Yeah.
On that level.
It used to be like that, and that was hard for years,
Yeah.
because when we first started the business and I did have to pull away having more babies, you were the janitor, you were the estimator, you were the PM, you were the superintendent, you were the CEO, the accountant, like you were everything.
Yeah.
And so.
And I will say, I think one of your strongest components is that structure, because the same structure that you need to be a stay-at-home mom and to teach the children and everything that you're doing at home, you actually bring that same structure into the business. So I think that's one thing that's really, really important, because, when we get to the office and we get busy, it's so easy for us to say, hey, we'll do that later. We're busy. Let's knock that out. And you're always, number one, we call Tanora Mama T. So Mama T.
Everybody calls me Mama T.
She does not let us get away from our policies and our procedures and everything that we have to do.
Yeah.
And some days that's cool, and some days it's a little bit like, come on now, we're trying to get past this. But she's like, no, nobody's doing this. We have to stick to our policies and procedures. And so we have to slow down and we have to do that. But I got to tell you, at the end of the day, I really appreciate that, because it helps keep everything organized.
Yeah.
And, we don't have to remember what we did and go back and fix it. Somebody taught me one day, they said, if you don't have time to do it right the first time, when will you have time to go back and fix it?
Yeah. You know who you are. Thank you for telling him that.
Yeah.